So the first couple of shots always come from warming up for the shoot, some test shots here and there to get your settings right. In this shot there's a person that seems to have come back from a bike ride and is taking a break at a cafe. The reds here and the contrast really caught my eye. I really wanted to get a shot by somehow hiding his face or concealing his face. Could not achieve that, but that's what it is. The colors and the contrast is something that really captivated me, really caught my attention. The next shot is also kind of similar. I wanted to see what were the lights coming from, and wanted to see how the light was actually impacting my composition. This shot is also pretty interesting. I find this shot also pretty interesting. The most interesting thing here is the pattern that was formed by the shadows. It was like an arrow that was pointing towards the table and the chair. It would have made the composition much more interesting with maybe something with a different color, a yellow or a red would have really thrown in more substance to this shot. But that's something that was in my mind. But the shadow pattern that was formed, it's kind of leading towards my subject here, which was the unoccupied chair and the table. In the next shot, what really stood out for me was the name of the store and the subtle shadow pattern that was cast by the store name. It was really interesting, and I find that contrast between the lights and the shadows, the highlights and the shadows, was really beautiful. The whites in the backdrop, the name of the store in the whites. So a good black and white contrast was available in this shot. So that's why this made it for me, or this one I was okay with this shot, or this is something and it was an instant pick for me. The next couple of shots, there are not much happening. There is a couple that is sitting, there is a leading line that is leading to my primary subject, there is a subject, there is a couple in the foreground, there's also a couple in the background. So that's about it with this shot. And then I really like this one. I really like the way it has come out. It is kind of, the bike is moving into the dark, or creating kind of a stark contrast where half of the subject is in the light and the remaining half, or 30%, is in the dark, and it is moving into the dark. So it's kind of day and night, so that kind of effect. So a strong contrast is what I'm getting to here. Really beautiful, really like it, so it's a pick for me. The next couple of shots, I was just playing with the lights and shadows, some interesting patterns that were formed with the shadows, and also some colors which were really punchy. That's why I picked these shots to be in this slideshow. The next shot, I try to use some negative space to show the scale of the library. This is a library at Leuven Plain in the city of Leuven, where I am from. I used classic Nike film simulation for this shot to see how the clouds would kind of also come into, clouds in the sky would come to life, and also add some more oranges to the building. I really like the way how it has come out. I used some perspective correction in Lightroom to get everything straight. I don't know I've done a perfect job, but I think it's I really like how it has come out, so it's a pick for me. So the last shot that I want to talk about is this lady walking into the shadows. It looks like a kind of a regular silhouette shot, but what really caught my attention and why I wanted to take this shot, I waited for someone to walk into the frame. I really liked the framing that was provided by the trees on the top. You see the framing is like a semi-circle that is formed by the branches or by the leaves, and then you can see the trees at the background also form like a pattern where you can see it goes from a smaller tree and then it goes to a much taller tree, and then it goes back down. So it's kind of a pattern, and then you see this lady in the middle of the frame. So kind of a really nice composition, I think, for me. I really thought that it would be really nice for someone to walk in. I also got a couple of shots where a person with a bike was also going through the same frame, another shot where a family, but I think this one really stood out for me. So that's about it in this video. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Until then, see you in the next video. Ciao ciao.